to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
It's a first for me in history. This is the first time in all the STD tests I've ever taken in my life that I've actually done it with the entire American public. That's right. We all feel like we're waiting on results of an STD test right now.
It does feel that way, but
You sitting waiting for the results?
I think
I remember, the first time I took an AIDS test, I never told y'all this story.
No.
Back in the 90s, first time I took an AIDS test, the doctor called me back and put me on hold. I was tripping. They called me, it was like, the doctor would like to speak to you. I was like, what? I was on hold for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking.
Speak to me about what?
Talk to me about what? It's yes or no, doggy. Tell me.
Yeah. I
Bruh.
remember that. You're
And
not
just for the record, the answer was no. I'm negative, but I'm just saying.
With the first
Stressful.
time, if you was ever out here rolling the dice,
I was many a night, my G, many a night.
yo, I came
Now-
outside singing. It was snowing. My hands was in the air. I was like, 'cause I'm free. Free.
You were
It was
singing
a lot.
Free Fallin' by Tom Petty?
What?
Yes,
You think not?
he was singing "Free Falling" by Tom Petty.
I had
after that
taken some
Front for You.
chances, brother.
Yeah,
I took
man.
some chances.
Now, in all seriousness, what we're talking about is the election results, which we don't have. Somebody literally, as I'm telling that story, somebody just sent me a meme that said, hang on. Feels like the whole country is waiting on Maury to find out who's the father.
Facts.
That's right. Because so far, for the last 4 years, the father of our country has been a drunken, abusive, a-hole stepdad that everybody wants out, and we want dad to come back. Get this guy out of here.
Yo, man. Was sent this also. This election is about the value of white mediocrity being greater than the excellence shown by people of color. And Rosenberg, you and I were talking off the air because there was a conversation yesterday, started on social media, about if Trump wins this election, you got nobody to blame except white people. And I think that started because seeing the numbers roll in, people are having a hard time still, and I don't know why, digesting how an individual can ignore what Donald Trump is and who he is and what he's done and what he said and the way he's acted and still cast a vote for him. Like, how is that possible? And I'm here to tell you it's possible because of what is known as white supremacy. Whiteness and white supremacy is more important than doing the right thing. That's how deep this is. We've discussed on many occasions that where we are today as a nation and where the black community is and black home ownership is and black wealth is, what happened in the 80s with crack and gangs, it all starts with Richard Nixon. Much of this modern day economic issues and problems we have start with Richard Nixon, and they were continued under Ronald Reagan. The 94 crime bill was an attempted cleanup, which was terrible, but everybody had thrown their hands in the air, including the black caucus and black leadership and black voters. Locked up mass amounts of people, and we're still recovering. We're still recovering. And right now we're looking at an electoral map that doesn't give a good goddamn about none of that. But let's get into the details. What we know right now is Joe Biden is leading 238 electoral votes to 213. It takes 270 to get the official nod to get the job of President of the United States. The states that are...
Just real quick, Ebro, can I just say one thing to simplify this? Trump last time had 306. So the way to kind of make it make sense for you when you're watching these states go in as today, tomorrow, the next day goes on, how do you get Trump back from that 306 to under 270? It means you have to flip 37 electoral votes to Biden. So that's why we're looking at these states so hard, because these ones are states that Trump won last time, that may be on the verge of flipping to Biden to give him the 270 instead.
Now, there's multiple ways to get that combination that Rosenberg just articulated, but the ones that people are really paying attention to are Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Right now, Biden leads in Wisconsin.
Which is a huge change from when people went to bed last night, where he was down 250, 300,000 votes last night. He's now up, I think, 22,000 votes, something
like that. Yes. Michigan.
So narrow, but up.
Michigan, very close. The lead for Donald Trump is only 20,000 votes, 25,000 votes. Now, other things are in play. Now, the Pennsylvania is only 64% reporting. They get back to counting today, and currently Donald Trump is in the lead. You should know Republicans tend to go into the voting booths and vote, and this time because of COVID and the access to mail-in ballots, many Democrats, they predict, and based on the counting, they believe most Democrats mailed in, and Pennsylvania is no different. Matter of fact, King Louis sent us a stat this is from the Philadelphia election officials say that they are taking a break. This was last night for mail-in ballots. So far, 76,000 ballots have been counted out of approximately 350,000 cast by mail. Biden voters are much more likely to vote by mail than Trump supporters, according to Philadelphia election officials. They're receiving about 16 Democratic mail-in ballots for every one Republican postal ballot. So 16-1 is the ratio for Pennsylvania. And they'll get back to counting today.
And that is also why, if you're wondering, so last night by 11 o'clock, the Vegas odds, which if you recall in 2016, around 9:30, 10 o'clock on election night, the Vegas odds all swung to Trump. The second those Vegas odds swung to Trump, everything else followed. Like Vegas just knew money was coming in on Trump, and that happened. Last night, 11 o'clock, Trump was a huge favorite. A gigantic favorite. Right now, Trump has the same odds of winning the election that the Jets have to win on Monday Night Football next week. In other words, Vegas does not expect Donald Trump to win anymore, just like they don't expect the Jets to beat the Patriots next week.
And here's Donald Trump after reading what Rosenberg just reported.
And we were getting ready for a big celebration. We were winning everything, and all of a sudden it was just called off. They knew they couldn't win, so they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt?
Actually,
did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop. We don't want them to find any ballots at 4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list. To me, this is a very sad moment, and we will win this. And as far as I'm concerned, we already have won it.
But you haven't. That part. And he just said he doesn't want them to count ballots.
So what? Ebro, listen.
I don't want them to find more ballots.
You're telling me that when you watch a basketball game, you think they should play all 48 minutes?
No, of course
they shouldn't
not.
just end after the third quarter? Yo, since when? Come on, guys. Since when do you play an entire game till the end? That's what he wants to do. He wants to stop the counting. What kind of sense does that make? And he knew, as Shawnee said, he knew this would be the case. Mm-hmm. This has been his plan, I think, for a couple hours last night. He thought he was going to get to win cleanly. So now he's even more mad because he got his hopes up. And then all of a sudden, because Biden's people on MSNBC, and I don't like to watch MSNBC all night because I don't need to hear people who think like me talk to me constantly. But I noticed that a lot of the people they were talking to, Michael Steele, former head of the RNC, a lot of people who are pro-Biden were confident all night. They were just like, we're good. And I was like, where is this confidence coming from? And it's that they knew those early votes would get counted and states would start to flip. And now that's what we're seeing in Michigan and Wisconsin. And now you have Trump crying, and soon we'll have him going to court, and it's going to be a mess. But I will take that mess over a loss all day, every day. Bring on the mess.
And 2 times on Sunday, baby.
Yup, we're here for the mess, and we'll cover it every morning for the next God knows how long.
4 years.
No, it'll be a different mess after they swear Biden in January 20th. Because I'll say it again. Police ain't going to stop abusing their power.
Nope.
Police accountability still going to be an issue.
They may be mad because they lost their guy.
They might be acting out. So it's going to still get crazy out here. Let's make no mistake.